Guys, Shanna here. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. Today, I would like to chat with you about how to homeschool a dragon. I mean a 4-year-old. As you guys know, if you've been following my channel, this is our first year to officially homeschool both of our kiddos. We have an 8-year-old 3rd grader and a 4-year-old pre-K kiddo. So for pre-K with my older daughter, she actually attended a Mother's Day Out program. We had decided beginning of this year, beginning of 2020, that we would not continue pre-K with Marilyn in the Mother's Day Out program since we already homeschooled. We decided we would just go ahead and homeschool her as well. We did not realize what a great decision that would wind up being a month later when everything had shut down and the world is still crazy. So we are thankful that we had already made that decision and that we already had, homeschooling was already the path we'd chosen. So I would like to give you my best tips and tricks for homeschooling a 3-4-year-old. This is actually our 4th year of homeschooling, and Marilyn is 4. So we actually began homeschooling when Marilyn was about 2 months old. Because of that, I feel like that's actually led to a great deal of maybe compliance or excitement on her part for being homeschooled, because she has watched her sister go through it for so many years and has wanted to be involved in that. So if you can stay tuned to the end of this video, I will give you my #1 tip on how to homeschool a 3-4 preschool aged kiddo. Before we go any further, please scroll down, hit that big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. It helps to support my channel and tell YouTube that you find the content here valuable. So when we're talking about homeschooling a 4-year-old, something that's really important to remember is that you do not need any kind of formal curriculum. You really don't. There's only a handful of things that they need to know, and really at this point, you are just introducing them to things. Try to work on counting 0 through 20, number recognition, shapes, colors, uppercase, lowercase letters, working on their fine motor skills, teaching them to cut with scissors. Little things like that are more than enough for a preschooler. Please, as I have said, I can't even tell you how many times I said this, guys. Please do not try to replicate a school day. No one, none age needs 8 hours of school a day, especially not 3- and 4-year-olds. They need very short bursts of attention requirement. That's it. And then a break, and then maybe again, and a break. They don't need long, drawn out periods of time where they're expected to sit, focus, or learn. It's not gonna be good for anybody. So please don't do that to yourself. Don't do it to your kiddos. It will not lead to success. Just don't do it. Don't replicate a school day. A very large part of what will make homeschooling a preschooler is going to be keeping your patience in your pocket, guys. You're gonna need it so much. You need to have it right there where it is handy. Be patient. You will not conquer the world in a day. You will not teach them everything they need to know in a day. You just won't. Okay, so stay patient, but it's very important to maintain your consistency. I don't know, this might offend some people, but this is the closest thing that I can liken it to. You are training your children for the world in much the same way that you would train a pet, a dog. They need to slowly be expected to build up their patience for sitting, their patience for listening. You are training your children, so start small, but if you can, man, start early. Teach them how to sit still. Teach them how to wait their turn. Teach them how to be patient while you're helping a sibling, while you're doing something else. Focus on training them consistently, and it will work in your favor much sooner than you would expect if you can maintain consistency. So, no, you do not need an official curriculum. I, however, did purchase one. That is the way that I like to homeschool, and many people do. I purchased our preschool, our pre-K level curriculum kit from Timberdoodle. As always, I will link that below. I enjoy having kind of an open and go, complete, well-rounded, fun thing ready to go. I enjoy that. I like having things that I probably wouldn't have thought of. I like having a little bit more of that structure. So that works for me. It may not work for you, and by no means should you do what I do. Do what works for you. But for us, we did purchase a curriculum. One thing that I know about this curriculum that I would recommend with anything that you do, make it fun. Keep it fun. Go for something that is fun. Don't do something that's going to make them bored. Don't do something that's going to require everybody to sit still or work extra long hours. Keep it fun. Whatever kind of curriculum or schooling or planning, anything that you do, keep it fun, especially for the littles, or they just won't stay engaged. If you want to know what I mean when I say fun curriculum, I'm going to be sure and link my pre-K kit unboxing video right up here. Now from that, it gave me a great framework to incorporate some things that I definitely wouldn't have thought about. And they also have a schedule that they recommend. From that schedule that they recommend, I was able to piece out what I thought we would be doing both together and the things that I thought we would do for fun that wouldn't necessarily need to make it into our everyday. From there, and I'll link this one right up here, I made our daily schedule. So this is everything that my 4-year-old needs to do in a day. And it may seem like a lot, but it's really not. Handwriting is like 1 page of handwriting, and if she doesn't want to do it, then we don't. So this is her daily schedule, and it has down everything that I want to try to get done in a day. Now her structure, her schedule is probably a bit more structured than you need it to be, but one, she finds success with this. We all do. It helps me get work done with sister. We can homeschool side by side. I know that this works for her. We've done this as now like our 10th or 11th week of school, and we have not had an issue with this schedule, so it does work well for us. But the importance here is to find what works for you and your kiddo. One of the things that I know helps us stay successful, because I am homeschooling 2 kiddos, is that I keep extras close by. So let me take you over and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So our homeschool desk is about 3 steps from this cabinet of goodies. If you would like to see a visual on this, please feel free to hit this link right up here that will show you our homeschool area and how it's organized. Okay, so Marilyn knows that her clipboard hangs right here on this hook. This is all of sister's stuff right here. And this is our science and Marilyn stuff. Now, as you can see, there are so many games and fun. Now, when she gets burnt out or doesn't want to do something or just wants to need something else to maybe keep those little hands and that little mouth busy while sister is still working, while we're still working together, I will pull out a craft, I will pull out a game. We will play alphabet bingo. We will write letters in this rice that's in here. We will put together something with our pattern blocks. We will play with this fake money. We will build something with these little foam squares. We will come over here and play with some of our flashcards. So having all of this super close is very, very handy, because I don't necessarily have to leave this space or leave sister to go make this happen quickly and easily. So in talking about proximity, this is Marilyn's little end of our table here. Now, okay, look in here, guys. This is actually the only schoolwork that she has. This and this basket of Bambino right here. But we have blank notebooks. We have crayons, colors, markers. We have this robot that she can build. We have sticker dolls up here. We have this awesome thing, and this is something I actually had before we started homeschooling. But I found the file on Etsy, I want to say for like $3. And you just print it and laminate it and stick on these things, and it has seasons, phone numbers, counting, uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers on the clock, farm animals. I mean, if you can think of it, it is in here. So then in this smaller binder, I actually pulled out like numbers and letters and things like that. Now, these, let's go over here. So my key to homeschooling this kiddo is having everything at the ready for when she needs just a little bit more time to let her sister focus. These Kumon books of you cut it out and you fold the papers. This you cut out and you cut along the lines, and she will do this all day. This book she actually received before her curriculum kit, but it's like the first one of the second part that's in her book. So that prepped her to get ready for doing those things. We have all of these dollar store, dollar spot, write on, wipe off books that she can go through, activity books. This sticker by number actually came in her kit and she finished it like in the first couple weeks. Let's see. So this is actually her schooling stuff, which came with Wiki Sticks, which I mean, everybody can spend 10 hours doing that. She really does not like handwriting. She just doesn't like it. So one of the things that we did, and that has worked really well for us, is we got a bunch of dollar store stickers. She can choose any page out of here, and as soon as she's finished, she can put a sticker on it. Let's see. Mad Matter, like Play-Doh, very important for helping strengthen those hand muscles for handwriting later. These letter beads, which you can string on pipe cleaners. Duplo blocks. So what I did with these is I actually stuck labels on there and I just hand wrote them, but some of them have uppercase letters and some of them have lowercase letters, and so she matches them together. And then on the same blocks on the other side, I actually did the numbers 1 through 20. So she's been working on learning how to count 1 through 20, and I do feel like it's helping so much. So when she needs a little bit, just a few more minutes to sit, I'll pull all these apart and have her put them in order and then count them to me, which worked really well. And so we can always color, we can always draw, but I'm telling you, the key to success is having it close by. She doesn't even have to leave her chair. Right by where she sits, like literally her chair, easel. She can always get down and come right here and color the dinosaurs. I am telling you, one of the biggest keys to success is having the next thing, the distracting thing, the reward, whatever it is, at hand. If you have it staged close by, they don't get into a full like freak out meltdown mode. You don't lose them because they've run off. You don't have to wonder if they're coming back while you're working with another kiddo. Have all the things staged close by and it will save you an absolute ton of time, stress, and grief. For real. Now, I also cannot advocate enough for creative ideas. The Duplo blocks, the blocks on pipe cleaners, things like that. Anything that's a little bit different, a little bit tactile, distracting, bright colored is going to be a lifesaver as well. Keep some of those things made, ready, and on hand. You may be wondering, okay, but what happens when they don't want to do it? I approach both of my kiddos pretty much the same way, maybe a little bit less patience in that department with Amelia because I can rationalize with her, like, you have to because it's school, you just have to. But with Marilyn, and I don't know how I've been so lucky so far, but this has actually only happened once in our first like 11 weeks of schooling where she just didn't want to do it. And so I told her, I was like, that's fine. You can go, as you guys know, our homeschool area is in our living room. You can go sit on the couch. Either way we're doing this, you just let me know when you're ready. And she went and she sat on the couch for a little while, and finally she came back and she said, I'm ready. Mom, I'm ready for school. And so then we did school. You can't force it, but also do not give them something else to do. Don't give them an avenue to get out. It is non-negotiable in our house that we do school, so you can do it now or you can do it later, but you certainly will not do anything instead. So that has so far served us really well as far as encouraging them to make the decision on their own that it's time for them to do their schoolwork. Now, I am not strict, guys. We have come to the table in pajamas. We have not even made it to the table. We've done it on the couch. We will have a snack. We will have water. We will wear a costume. We will start late. We will do whatever it takes to ensure success. We bring baby dolls, stuffed animals, our blanket, whatever it takes. As far as that's concerned, I am not a stickler, but the goal is to school. So if that means that she is dressed like a dragon or dressed like a princess, if that means I have to delay a little bit for hair and makeup, then that is just what happens, and that is what we're doing because she is a fabulous princess. Whatever it takes. They're 4, but they can be stubborn. But nobody needs to lose sleep or lose hair over this, okay? So just do your best. My best tips are gonna be, be consistent. Have extras for them to do. Simple rewards like just dollar store sticker packs, guys, whatever it takes, just to get the job done. Consistency and training is going to be key. Thank you so much for those of you who stayed to the end. I hope you found any of this entertaining or informative, maybe at the very, very least supportive that there are others in the world who are going through it just like you. Please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. For those of you that have stayed to the end, I am going to tell you my #1 tip for success with preschool homeschooling a 4-year-old is, by all means, if they are interested in something, if it's you doing it, if you're cooking dinner, if it is an older sibling doing a science experiment, I don't care what it is. If they're interested in it, find a way to include them. I don't care what it is. Marilyn carries around a 2.5-inch book that is falling apart now of Greek gods and goddesses off of Daddy's bookshelf because Big Sister reads along in her history book that's about the same dimensions when we have the history CD on. Marilyn she decided she needed a history book. So let me tell you, by golly, we found her a book she could use, and she gets that book out and she sits and does history with Sister because it's her history book. She takes pride in that, pride in being able to do it like Sister. So, #1 tip, if they want to be included, please find a way to include them. You will make those littles appreciate learning, and engaging with them will set you up for success later in the homeschooling journey, I promise.